Hey, how's it going everyone? This is Wiley. I'm here. In today's Fuji Friday, there's really not that much to discuss because we just got a load of information from the Fujifilm X Summit. There was a lot talked about there, but there are two items that I do want to talk about. The first one that I do want to talk about is the new film simulation. We really didn't get much information on that, and I was hoping to get some more information after the Fujifilm X Summit, but I really haven't seen anything additional to actually help formulate my opinions. But I'm talking about the new film simulation Classic Negative, which had a very stark, very moody type of color science to it. It definitely has a very interesting look, and I can see a lot of places where, you want to be a little bit more surreal, or you want to be a little bit more on the darker, moodier side of things. I think it's a great film simulation to kind of complement the Across going completely black and white. I really just wish we had some more examples, and I wish we had an example with just pure video, just so that we can see what it looks like. But I really think for certain genres of indie filmmaking, this type of classic negative will definitely have a place for it, because it definitely has a really interesting look. One thing that we know about right now is that this film simulation will be available for the X-Pro3. We don't really know if it's going to be available for the other cameras. I certainly hope it will be. That is something that I think will happen, because most of the camera bodies did eventually get the Eterna film simulation. So I'm really hoping that this classic negative will be coming to the X-T3, the X-T30, pretty much all of the modern cameras that are currently out there right now. I really don't see a reason why they would not put it in those camera bodies, because it is really nice to have another option for film simulations. I would love to hear your opinions on the new film simulation Classic Negative, what you would use it for and what you would not use it for, because I'm kind of up in the air on whether or not I would ever use it. But again, I would love to hear your opinions. Definitely write in the comments below, and I'll be sure to read all of them. The next item to talk about is there is another camera body that is in the works for Fujifilms. We know this because there is a patent out for it. So we have the X-Pro3, which is more geared towards street photographers. We have the A7, which is more geared towards smartphone users trying to transition them into photography, into videos using mirrorless cameras. So this one right here, who is it going to be targeted towards? And are we going to get a specific demographic that's really going to be excited about this particular camera body? Really, it could be anything right now, because we don't really know much about it. My speculation, and it's pure speculation, is that it might actually be a camera body with an attached lens, because we haven't seen a camera body of that type in quite a while now. So it could be something like that. I could be wildly off, but it is definitely very interesting to see where Fujifilms is going with their camera bodies, because it really does seem like all of their camera announcements are kind of diverging apart. In other words, we're not really getting general camera bodies. That's usually reserved for the X-T3 and the X-T30. They're kind of do-it-all cameras, but now some of these fringe camera bodies, they're really veering off into very small segments in which, small communities will be really excited about these camera bodies. So I am excited to see what type of camera body this is, whether or not it's going to be a good fit for just photography or video or both, because you know that there are two divergent communities that are trying to compete for attention. But at the end of the day, it's all content, and I really hope this camera body will be able to do both equally as well, but only time will tell on that. I'm really not sure why, but it's always more fun to talk about the camera bodies and the specs and the ergonomics of the camera body than it is the lens, even though the lens is usually more important, and you should definitely spend more money on the glass than on the camera body, because most camera bodies nowadays in the past 2 to 3 years, they're all equally as good, and they're all going to be able to take care of you. So investing in glass is definitely the way to go. But when it comes to discussion on a YouTube channel, it's almost always more fun to talk about the camera body than the lens. At least that's kind of my take. So that's all I have this week. It is a very short week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you in the next video.